Good morning, friends, I see you here. Thank you for joining. Let's spread the cheer. With coffee in hand and smiles on our face, together we'll share this warm, sacred space. So raise your cup, let's toast to the day. With the sun on the horizon, we'll laugh and play. In this little corner of the world so bright, here's to the moment, here's to the light. The sky's painted gold as the sun starts to rise. We're sharing our stories under pastel skies. With every sip, we're weaving our dreams. In this virtual gathering, it's better than it seems. So raise your cups, let's toast to the day. With the sun on the horizon, we'll laugh and play. In this little corner of the world so bright, here's to the moment, here's to the light. Let's breathe in the beauty, feel the warmth of the sun. With each passing minute, we're having such fun. From every comment and every sweet smile, we're building this bond. Let's stay for a while. There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about the feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona, coming to you live from southern Arizona inside the Ironwood Forest National Monument. Got my Roy and Becky's travel cup this morning, enjoying a cup of coffee. Hope everybody's doing well on this fabulous Monday morning. Let's see who we have in the chat here. We have Blair. Welcome, welcome. First time I've seen her, and I went and took a look at her channel. She does a lot of work with yarn, so pop over there. I dropped a link for her channel, so check it out. Cheryl's here. Good morning, good morning. Look at that. We got Char in the house. hopefully Char's here. She put the notification on. We don't know if it notified her, but hopefully she comes in. All right. Yeah, I got some really cool nature camera video to show you later. We have a couple of new nature cams down by the water hole and one down by the wash. And it's always interesting to see what desert animals come by. Ava Potterfield is here. Welcome, welcome. So we always start our Monday morning off at Ava's place in the chat, and that's where we met Blair. So welcome, welcome. She's crocheting a scrunchie. Scrolling. Lily's here. Welcome, welcome. Lily dropped a short of a new toy that she got her dog Pippi, and I guess Pippi loved it so much she chewed it up, which is quite often what happens with these labs for sure. Nice. Scrolling. So Blair's working on some blankets and a rug. Very busy. Good to have you. Scrolling. So we've had about 1.5 inches of rain. We're supposed to get some more, hopefully. Everything is greened up nicely in the desert. In fact, let's check on the weather here today. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
Expect some clear skies today.
All right, 67 today. We were in the 40s this morning. That's not too bad. We can take that. Hey Siri, are we going to get rain soon?
There's no chance of rain today.
Oh, that's too bad. No rain today.
There's no chance of rain today.
Okay, I heard you. Thank you. So that 1.5 inches of rain that we got walking around our backyard, I might have to go buy a lawnmower. Look at that. There's all kinds of green stuff popping up. But in order for it to grow, it needs more rain to keep it going. If we get more rain, we should have a pretty good desert wildflower bloom this year. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Scrolling. Yeah, my wife does a lot of yarn work too. In fact, I think she's probably sitting out there working on something. There's a Traveler's Edge. That's Nate and Paula. Welcome. Since they're here, let me show you their channel real quick. Share screen. There we go. There's the North American Traveler's Edge. And does a live stream every Sunday. And then, of course, some fluffy fun during the week. So Nate shares a lot of information on travel and things to do and not do, and some tips and tricks. Like here's one here. Stream 2 weeks ago is Flying Reliable. Then he does a Sunday travel chat, and then looks like, well, that was a year ago when he had Mellow Nomadic Adventures on. So check out the North American Traveler's Edge. Great channel. He's already got over 5,000 subscribers, 112 videos. And his early videos were from Land Cloud Adventures and doing some adventuring. So very cool channel. That's Nate and Paula. All right, back to the chat. Ivan K is here. Welcome. Yeah, we're checking out Blair's channel. She does a lot of little animals and things like that. We got Gracie and Jock's Adventures. Gracie, how you feeling? Is your hip doing well? Is everything working? She just went through hip surgery, and I imagine we'll hear that she's doing well and recovery's going fine. On the phone, so not tagging, everyone gets a big high. Cool, very cool. We'll take that. What does WC mean? I'm drawing a blank. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can help me. As in my pleasure. Okay, Cheryl says, as in my pleasure. King's Gold is here. Welcome, welcome. It's Jonathan, right? He was over in Ava's chat this morning. Joseph, right? And look, that we got Janice from Oz in the house. Hello, hello. It's like 2:00 in the morning, something like that. All the way from Australia. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's right. It's the first day of November. Yikes. We're already just about through 2025. And I find as I get older, it seems like the time goes by a lot faster. So here we are, December 1st. I think the Adventures of Traveling Mike had a birthday yesterday, and I wished him a happy birthday last month, but we can do it again. Any other December birthdays coming up? This is for you. So happy birthday to all the December babies. Scrolling. Oh, Lily's driving. All right. Watch out for the crazies out there. It is winter time up there anyway. Boy, I heard there was a big cold storm moving through the Midwest. Everybody was talking in Ava's chat about snow. I think she said they had 8 inches of snow and a couple more inches coming. I'm shoveling sunshine right now, and I kind of like it that way. Yeah, we lived in Okie and I in the military. We lived in New Hampshire, Virginia. We did 3 years in Nebraska and Omaha, Nebraska. So we know what the cold is like for sure. There's Crafty Traveler. Welcome, welcome, Lonnie. Good to have you. Another channel member in the house. And there's Ringo and Czar. Good morning, Kyle. It's already the 2nd of December where Janice is. That's right. It's early in the morning. Another channel member in the house, CR Views here. Good morning, good morning. Tim, Crystal, and Gracie. Gracie's going to be coming back here real soon. CR View, they're full-time channel members, full-time RVers that live in Quartzsite, Arizona. And they drop a video every weekend, kind of an update on what's going on in Quartzsite. Always interesting. And I think Gracie is down in Texas recuperating. And then Crafty Traveler is in Northern California. She drops videos of her camping trips. She's got a group of ladies that she camps with. And it looks like they have a great time. And then she's got her little dog Snickers that goes with her pretty much everywhere she goes. There's Sandra, Hawkins Family Adventures. Good morning, good morning. Sandra has been working, and she just mentioned she did 22 hours last couple of days. So hope your job is going well and you're making some money. Be right back. Going to get my Roy and Becky's travel cup and put some coffee in. You know, this is only my second best cup. I think my first best cup might be a CRView cup. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. Sure. Sure. Yeah, I know. Sure. Thank you, though. I mispronounced Lonnie's name too. I call Lanny instead of Lonnie. I mispronounce my own name sometimes. I caught a little fox on my critter cam. Oh, nice. Here's the video. There you go. Yeah, we had some interesting critters come by too. Let me show you. So, a couple days ago, I was out checking. We have two cameras. We have one on the other side of the fence in an open area on part of the property, and we get all kinds of critters that come in. We have a water hole there, a water feature there for them to drink water. And so we get a lot of coyotes that come in from the desert. We get a lot of foxes, a lot of javelina. If you've ever seen javelina, we get a lot of those too. Here's something that came in that we don't see very often. This is a desert tortoise. And you can see this was on the 29th, November 29th, just a couple days ago. And he's slowly making his way, he or she making his way across there. There's a zoom in. This is a pretty good sized tortoise. This is a desert tortoise, and they typically hibernate. So this one is probably looking for a spot to dig a burrow to hibernate for the winter. We're going to go out. I'm going to play it one more time. We're going to go out and look around out there where that tortoise was heading and see if we can see some fresh digging and see where they're going to winter. Here's another view of it. So you can see the water feature in the back. And here's the tortoise making his way. It's the first time we've seen one on our nature cam out there. We used to have two tortoises years ago on this property, but the issue that we ran into is the rattlesnakes like to den up with them. And with the grandkids and, of course, us being exposed to rattlesnakes when you're trying to feed a tortoise, we decide to give them a new home. And so we moved them on to other places. But anyway, that was a nice treat to be able to see a desert tortoise come by. Here's another view, another critter that we had come by. This is a bobcat. This is down by the wash, and this is a male bobcat. This was back on the 27th. I'll play it one more time. Beautiful guy, just nice and healthy. And he's coming and going. And this is down, in an undisturbed area of our property down here. And so we like to watch and see what comes by. Here's a female bobcat. I believe this is a female, very thin. She's very tall. And see, she came in to drink some water. One more time. She's really got some long legs, very tall. They can get to be pretty good size. And then one more here this is javelina. We see a lot of javelina out here. And this one has a little baby. That's a real treat to catch those. So they travel in family units. This is on the 29th. They travel in family units, and their babies travel along with them. One more time. See that little one down there? They are so cute. Yeah, that's why we live out here. We really love it out here. All right, back to the chat. Scrolling. Roman Ruth Ringo's here. Welcome, welcome, Kyle. Good to have you. I'll have to check that out. My little fox. We get kit foxes here. They're small ones. Yeah, that new toy didn't last very long. That one she got for Pippi. And I think Pippi was taking it apart in pieces, and so she had to throw it away. Supposed to be summer over where Janice is, but it's cold and rainy. Ooh. So this photo is behind me is a rainstorm that came in over the Silver Bell Mountains out there. And I put the drone up. These drones don't like to fly in the rain. So if I get a chance to put this one up, I put it up before it starts raining. And so once in a great while, I'll get a storm moving in before the rain and the wind arrives where we're at. I can record some interesting video with it. And this is one picture that I got. Gracie's in San Antonio and it's fit in the 50s there. Yikes. That's pretty cool. Gotta go. See you later. Okay, Lily, have a good one. She Devil's here. Welcome, welcome. Working and lurking, says Tommy. It's 48 where Janice is. 3:10 a.m. in the morning. Wow, sure glad you're here, Janice. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got Roy and Becky's Travels in the house. Welcome, welcome. Look what I got right here. That's the best cup of coffee I've had today in my Roy and Becky's Travel Cup. And since you're here, let's take a look at Roy and Becky's channel here. Share screen. Roy and Becky. There they are. So channel members always get special treatment. And so Roy and Becky have a Friday live stream. They do a Friday kickoff live stream, and then they do a video on what's going on in Quartzsite. And let me click on this and we'll watch a minute of it.
Real bad. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes.
Hey, we're over here at Lori's for Thanksgiving. I don't know what's going on over there. I think it's some drum circle, DMZ or something. Playing horseshoes. I'm gonna watch. Had great food. I'll show you around. We're almost ready for a fire. Sorry about the wind noise because I'm on my phone and not my GoPro, and you're about to see this weird feller walking in this camp. And yeah, that guy. I don't know. I think he's stalking me or something. But he's playing horseshoes. But yeah, we're over here, boys. Shit, nice crowd. Great food.
So that's Roy and Becky. That's Roy in Quartzsite. He's getting ready to go over to Lori's Way, who is also in Quartzsite, always has a get together early in the season, and everybody brings food over and shares it, and they have a good time. Yeah, no worries, Blair, no worries. Hey, Roy, I hear coffee is ready at your place. Awesome, awesome. That's right. Tim went to get some. All right, what else is going on here? Steve, I'm doing great. Mostly off the walker, still using for distance. Cane for inside the house. Awesome. Very cool. And I'll bet it's nice to be out of pain. Haven't got out of bed yet. My heated master sped has me spoiled, right? Ew, Lulu is 13 years old. So Lulu is their dog, and today is her birthday. So here's one for Lulu. So happy birthday to Lulu. Van City Adventures here. Welcome, Daryl. Welcome. Good to have you. What's the temperature up where you're at right now? Oh, okay. So Jock's Donut came off this morning. 14 days post-op. Healthy and healing. Very cool. Heated mattress pad. Yeah, that's nice. Sounds comfy, especially when you're out in Quartzsite in the wintertime. Keeps you toasty warm. Yeah, good to hear. Good to hear. Becky got 15 inches of snow. So anyone who doesn't know, Becky's back in Indiana taking care of medical stuff. And she's bragging that she got 15 inches of snow, 4 to 5 inches on the way. I don't know if she's bragging or not, but I don't think I would be. But that's a bunch of snow. It's a bunch of snow. I think we've got about 15 inches of sunshine, so I'll have to go shovel that out today. Yeah, happy birthday to Lulu. We got Step Van Dan in the house from chilly Minnesota. Good to have you. What's the temperature up there, Dan? Dan the man is here. Yeah. 10 above this morning. No, that's cold. That's cold. I think the record low temperature here where we live is about 17, 18 degrees. And that's pretty cold. Luckily, it doesn't last long. But that one year we had 17, 18 degrees, a lot of water pipes burst, including some in our yard, because we don't have that cold weather, and occasionally when it hits, it does some damage. Yep, Crafty Traveler, mostly about camping and traveling. And she did a series of videos on her overseas. And Lonnie, if you want to share that playlist, go right ahead. I think you've got everything set up in a playlist. This was a trip she made to Scotland. Becky's got to get her warm duds out, right? Right? Think of Hawaii. Sweet Leilani without the lay. Lonnie. I don't know if that helped or not. I don't know if that helped or not. There's Nurse TLC. Welcome, welcome. That's Tanya. Good morning, good morning. on her channel. She does a lot of dealing with health. What is it? Continuing health issues and how to surmount them and how to deal with them and things to do. So welcome, Tanya. Oh man, is that a sulcata, Lonnie? Is that a sulcata tortoise? Because those get very large. The sulcata tortoise do not hibernate, and so if you have them down here, I think they're actually from South America somewhere. If you have sulcata tortoises down here, you have to set up a place for them to stay warm because they don't hibernate like the desert tortoise does. Desert tortoise will go dig a den. In fact, we've seen them out here inside the monument just underneath a rock, kind of wedged under a rock to spend the winter and to stay alive, but they'll go to sleep during the wintertime and not come out till it gets warm. Yeah, they do hibernate. The sulcatas don't, but the desert tortoises do. Thank you. Appreciate that. No tent camping for Dan, but you got your box van you're working on, right? You could camp in that. Maybe not in the winter though. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Most of the critters around here are used to people. They will, if they hear somebody walking up, they'll take off. The only issue that we have is if the javelina don't see real well, and we have a lot of them. And so sometimes you'll be walking through the desert and you'll come up on a group of javelina, and obviously they protect their young. So if you're between, a mama and her little ones, then she's going to protect them. But most of the time they'll run right up on you without even seeing you until they get, just maybe 5 feet, 10 feet away from you. And then by that time you're running the other way. And I have experienced that. Was in the canyon. My brother slipped and almost fell down the hole that the bobcat was in. Oh, so that was probably the den then, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I think when they feel threatened, that's when you're in danger. They are not, Janice. Javelina are actually considered a rodent. They're not actually pigs or boars. Peccary is what they call them, and it's a very unusual. They look like a pig, but technically, I guess they're not. Oh, you kept the hide to the bobcat. So I know who won that battle. Yep, that is a good cup. I've had it a long time, a few years. Thank you, Crafty Traveler. Thank you very much. There's Gary Live 77. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Always Wandering is here. Welcome, welcome. Good morning to you too. Scrolling. Step Van Dan, New Year's goal for me is 1,000 subs. Cool. So check out Step Van Dan. In fact, Dan, do you know how to drop your link? I can make you a moderator. Add as a moderator, standard moderator, save. So Dan, if you want to drop a link to your channel, feel free. We got sourdough rising this morning. Nice, nice. Oh yeah, nothing better than the smell of baking bread. 3 Celsius where Daryl is. That's just a tad above freezing. 0 is freezing, so that's pretty cold. Here's to 131 subs this month, Dan. Awesome. And Becky hates snow, huh? Well, hopefully she gets everything done and she gets back to quartzsite. Yeah, shoveling sunshine. Hey, here comes Mr. Lucas. This is our black lab coming in. Say hi. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. He's been outside playing. We have a chuck-it stick, and he takes us outside to play every morning, and then again every evening, with a couple naps in between. A couple naps in between. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for popping in. So that's Lucas. She's not bragging about the snow, but I am. That's pretty funny. Yeah, we brag about the sun, right, Roy? Yeah, I bet it does smell good. Yeah, inquiring minds want to know, when is Becky getting back? I think you're overdue for supervision. I know she supervises you pretty close, but things keep changing. I think her docs are wanting to do different tests on her and things. And so Cheryl is needing watch hours, and you have a wrench, Cheryl, so drop whatever links you want. All right, there's there it is. Yeah, you guys check out Crafty Traveler's video. She had a really cool trip to Scotland, and I think the most interesting to me is when she went through and they showed one of the mills there where they make the fabric, and you know that fabric in Scotland is famous, and it was interesting to see how they make that fabric. We got Brene in the house. Welcome, welcome, Fairy Dust. Weep the wild winds. Hope you're doing well. Over there in California, you get some rain over there, Brene. We've got some, but we could sure use some more. I know he has built him a little den, so I think it does hibernate. Okay, so if it's a 100-pound tortoise, if it's a desert tortoise, he's got to be pretty old, pretty old. And when we had tortoises, we had 2 of them. We got them from an employee of the Desert Museum in the Tucson area, west of Tucson. And what they would do is they would vet you before they let you adopt tortoises. So she worked out there. She knew us real well. And so we got 2 tortoises that she had. And we thought they were 2 male tortoises. So we built a enclosure for them. We helped them dig their burrows, and then I put covers on the entrances so they wouldn't flood out when the heavy rains came. And then one day I was in there doing some maintenance, and I put a shovel in and turned some dirt over, and I had about 3 or 4 eggs that rolled out. So we thought, uh-oh, we got a male and a female. And so we ended up, putting everything back. And then after a while, we discovered there was a little tiny baby tortoise about that big. And so we tried to contain that tortoise, and he or she got out. The following year, we found that tortoise underneath a rock, actually a brick. And I we picked up a brick to relocate it, and there was this baby tortoise hibernating underneath there. So it spent the winter there, and we're kind of wondering if maybe that tortoise we saw on the nature cam, if that's the baby that she was. How many years ago was that? That was probably 18 years ago. Let me show you this tortoise that we had on the nature cam. Here it is. This is the water hole feature, and then the camera picked this up on the 29th. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not AM, but PM. Moving kind of slow because it's pretty cool out. And this is a zoom in. This one is could be 18, 20 years old. But boy, what a treat. What a treat. We see a lot of javelina. We see a lot of coyotes. We have a lot of coyotes here. We have rabbits. We have foxes, kit foxes. But it's very unusual to see a tortoise like that. So that was a real treat. All right. I know he's built him a little den, so I think he does hibernate. Yeah. What ours did was we started, I built an enclosure that they couldn't dig out of. And then, we started digging a den with a couple shovelfuls of soil. Once they found it, then they go in there and they start digging, and they dig every year. We had them for a few years, and they dig and they go deeper and deeper and deeper. The male went down and then hooked a left, and you couldn't even see him down there. He was so deep. There's Dan's channel right there. Thank you, Tim, for dropping that link. Yeah, that's Lucas. He's a good boy. Boy, oh boy, he's we got him at the local Humane Society a few years ago. We've had him a couple years now. We think he's around 4 to 5-ish. He's getting the gray hair on his chin now, but still plenty of energy. And boy, we don't know who rescued who, if we rescued him or he rescued us. I think it's kind of half and half. Maybe we both did. Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. YouTube will drop your sub. Renee is saying good morning to Roy and Becky. There's Cheryl's channel. Thank you, Tim, for dropping those links. There's Linda Barker. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. She's over in Captain Jack's live streams. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Becky has become a mythical creature to some. That's right, because we only get to see her on screen, huh? So we're hoping to get out to Quartzsite. Oki and I are hoping to get out to Quartzsite. I have a request from my daughter locally. She works at the elementary school, and her principal, she's a secretary there, the school secretary. Her principal announced that their school was awarded an A rating from the state of Arizona. And so what they want to do is they want to get the students out in the big field to make an A, and then they want a photo, a drone photo of the kids standing out in the field and forming this A. So Sheena asked me, Dad, can you do that? And so I went out there with her, scoped out the field where the kids are going to stand, put the drone up. We took a couple of photos. Of course, I checked to make sure I can fly there legally. And then I don't want to hover over the kids because you never know. things fall out of the sky. So I had to position the drone off, kind of off in the distance and then zoom in with the camera to see if I could get the shot. I took a couple of test photos and then gave those to her, and she thinks it'll work. So December the 11th, I think, I committed to going to the school, putting the drone up and recording some video and photos of the kids. December 12th. So that's kind of on the social calendar for December. And then of course we have Christmas coming up shortly after that. And so we're thinking we won't be to Quartzsite until end of January, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But the good thing is it's 250 miles away. So not too bad. Been using your lines shoveling sunshine. All right, that's fine with me. All weekend on other lives. That's fine. We can brag about that, huh, Bernae? Pretty much so, only in the wintertime. Yeah, I like that shoveling sunshine. And we've lived in the snow and the cold weather. We know what it's like. Gee whiz, I remember in Omaha, Nebraska. I used to love to barbecue, and so I would have the barbecue sitting in the backyard when we lived in base housing. And it might be 10 degrees out, and I'm cooking steaks during the weekend. I throw the steaks on when it's hot, and then I jump inside the house and I watch through the window. If it starts to flame up or anything, I run out there. But yeah, we know what it's like. The tortoise that my nephew has was my sister. She passed away 11 years ago. She had him nearly 10 years. I don't know when she adopted him. Yeah. And they can live to be 100 years old. So it's difficult to determine how old they are. A lot of it depends on the food that's available and how healthy they are. So yeah, it's hard to tell. All right, King's Gold's heading to work. You have a good day, Jonathan. We'll see you next time. Joseph, I'm sorry. Scrolling. Yikes, 4 degrees, minus 4 degrees, with winds blowing 28 from the north. Andrew, where are you? Where are you, Andrew? That is cold. -4 Fahrenheit. So 28 from the north, that's a pretty tough wind chill. And you're saying hello. I don't know why YouTube drops subs. Is it when people don't watch? Could be. I think it's important when we sub to a channel that we go watch and drop a comment. And I think that kind of solidifies it. I don't know if, I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. I don't get a chance to watch everything, but I do prioritize channel members. So if you're a channel member, I will always watch your videos, and it only costs you 99 cents a month. Scrolling. Traveling Merton and Sewer, welcome. We had to dump tanks this morning, so Traveling Merton and Sue spent a week out here in the monument with us. There's camping out here, as many of you know, and so we got to spend some time with Merton and Sue and the pups. So good to have you. They're up there in Quartzsite, traveled all the way across from Massachusetts, and now they're out shoveling snow and sun instead of snow. Shoveling sun instead of snow. That's the way it should be. Yeah, you're tempted. Oh, okay. He's up in Alaska. Andrew's up in Alaska then. Ooh, boy. Yeah, it's cold up there. Scrolling. So this weekend, actually yesterday, there was an event in Tucson called, it's like a street fair. And it is made in Tucson. So they had a special event. They had vendors. They had about 200 to 250 vendors lined up in the streets. You know, they have those pop-up tents. And this was vendors that make stuff and are from Arizona. And so we went there yesterday. It was a really nice event. A lot of things, crafts and like Blair makes. A lot of people out there rented space and sold their crafts. One thing that we bought out there was honey. So raw Sonoran Desert honey is very popular here. We have a lot of beekeepers in southern Arizona because it's a mild climate and they can survive the winters. And so we picked up some raw honey. So this is always a popular treat for us. I substitute honey for sugar. I'm not diabetic, but my doctor threatens me with putting me on meds if I don't keep my blood sugar down. So I substitute honey on my toast instead of sugar. And also I put honey in my tea instead of sugar. So it works out pretty good. But that's something we picked up yesterday while we were walking around. And then let me see if I have a photo. Oh, there's Lucas with his snack. Let me see. I thought I dropped a photo. Maybe it's on my phone of what my daughter picked up. Here it is. So they had these really cool bags. It's like a handbag, purse type thing. This is Sheena, our daughter, and there's Oki in front of her. But she picked up one of these. She likes these skulls, and she picked up one of these bags, and so we bought that for her for a Christmas present. But that's kind of the stuff they make, and handmade, you know, is always better than buying stuff from Walmart or, you know, big box stores. The people that make this explained to us. They said, you know, it's they get the fabric, they wash the fabric, and make sure that it's clean before they sew it up. And it's 3 layers of fabric. And then, of course, everything is double stitched and with nice pockets and everything inside. So that's Sheena's new bag. A lot of things there. Let's see, what else do they have there? I think I made a video. That's what I did. I made a little video of Made in Tucson. Let me play this. So this is, let me hide that. And they had fragrances there for people. They had all kinds of clothing, crafts. And I like this one. The bad girls go to Tucson. And here's some more crafts, paintings, a lot of paintings that people had there for sale. Hummingbird feeders are real popular down here. We have a lot of those. And of course, the fur babies were out in force. And then here's a nice lady that's selling her wares. Lots of pottery, homemade pottery. And there's Sheena's bag. And down in Tucson area, they have a lot of murals around. Here's a shot of some of the crowd. a lot of murals around Tucson. They put murals up on the side of buildings to keep people from tagging them, and it works pretty well. There's all kinds of oils and soaps and creams and CBD, and you can buy waffles. There's some little houses. So lots of made in Tucson things, and it very successful event. We're glad we went. We enjoyed it. We also, Merton and Sue, if you're in the chat, we also went to the same place we took you guys to pick up some veggies and things, a farmer's market. So we went to the farmer's market first, and we noticed that probably a third of the vendors weren't there because they were all at the Tucson event, but we still picked up some nice things there, some fresh veggies. But that was our fun day yesterday, and we had a good time. Snickers doesn't see well, but other than that, he's good. And Snickers getting up there in age. That's okay. Smoky Mountain Blessed. Joy is here. Hey, I'm at the cabin over Thanksgiving. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of Thanksgiving, boy, we had a nice meal here. We had Sheena and her kids here. Our local grandkids came over. And of course, I got to work on the 3 or 4 pounds that I picked up from eating the Thanksgiving meal, and then of course the leftovers, right? The leftovers. Oh boy. We had a little bit of turkey. Our crew is not big on turkey. I can take it or leave it, but we like ham. And so we had a nice ham. I think it was 11 or 12 pounds. And we all enjoyed that, and we're still eating on that. And the challenge is always to feed the teenagers. And so we did a good job feeding our teenage grandkids. So they actually got full. December 4th is my 48th birthday. Awesome, Andrew. Very cool. So let's celebrate Andrew's birthday. Happy birthday, Andrew. Awesome. Happy birthday, Andrew. All right. Looks like Cheryl subbed. Be checking out some videos later. Very cool. Donnie's out doing chores. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing later today. Getting out and putzing around. In the wintertime, we'll delay going out to do chores until it warms up. In the summertime, we go out early, but in the wintertime, we go out later. CRV's been a member for 36 months, 3 years. That's awesome. Appreciate it very much. Wow.
Awesome!
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching, commenting on my videos. I do the same, and I appreciate that very much. And your videos are very interesting. Always enjoy them. Speaking of channel membership, right? Speaking of channel membership, there's Nomadic Camping, also a channel member. Late was getting a haircut. Very cool. This is Woody. So he's over in Ohio, I think. And he does some camping, even some cold weather camping, tent camping. So check out Woody's channel. And Woody, if you want to drop a link, feel free, go right ahead. Enjoying the cabin life. Cheryl wants to know, Joy. Got some shore ice. Ooh wee. And Andrew, do you do ice fishing? Is Steve buffering or is it just me? Anybody having buffering issues? Merton and Sue are asking. Also, usually a small fraction, that's true, of subscribers even watch a channel, but most YouTubers have limited time to watch as well, right? So I prioritize my channel members. And so Smoky Mountain Bless does live streams, and they're very interesting because they drive around where they live up in the mountains in Gatlinburg, and always interesting to watch people watch as they drive around. And they do some walking. There's a touristy area there, and they share some of their meals, when they go into restaurants and stuff. Not buffering, Cheryl says. It's got to be, got to be all those people up in the quartzsite. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's you, Merton and Sue. It's you, Roy says. Says the people that have Starlink, right? December birthdays. Happy birthday, Andrew. Arvine with G is on the 4th. I'm on the 8th next Monday. She turned 60 years young. Very does. Welcome, welcome. And congratulations. And his wife. Well, we got a lot of December birthdays. Faye, his birthday is December 9th. Awesome. Merton, you left something at the fire last night. Roy's got it over there. Yeah, that's definitely good honey. And it's interesting. We do have flowers in the desert, in the Sonoran Desert. And so the bees go out and pollinate, and then of course collect honey and bring it back. And so we get a lot of mesquite trees that bloom here, and a lot of other trees that bloom, and it's a nice blend of honey that we get. That's right. Very good for the immune system. Due to diabetes, honey does raise blood sugar. Oh, okay. I know it's not as much as sugar because I cut out sweet chocolate, and I cut out a lot of gluten, and I cut out sugar and sweets, and my A1C is back to normal. And I was up over 7, and so doing that, and I eat honey every morning. I eat honey, and I have it in my tea in the evening, and my A1C is normal, so it hasn't bothered me. So I'm going to keep eating it. Desert honey tastes way better than Midwest honey. I wonder why that is. I know. Yeah, it's good in oatmeal, and also I have it in yogurt. We make our own yogurt here at the Bayer Ranch, and so we enjoy. I enjoy it. Okay, Crafty Traveler sews bags like that too. I know it's fun to go to those markets. You can pick up some interesting things. We buy eggs. We get local eggs in the market, and boy, there's nothing better than fresh eggs. That's exactly what they told us, Lonnie, is they wash their fabrics to remove the chemicals and reduce shrinkage. So that's must be a common thing that folks do. Portland Saturday market. Oh, I got to sneeze. Am I going to sneeze? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't even know what a cussbuck is. It's a lady's outer garment. Okay. Interesting. And that's interesting. You sow things at work where you live, right? All right. Wife says, yep, Dan's gotta go do his list, his wife list, I guess. So yeah, it was a great farmer's market for sure. All right, Dan, you have a good one. Ooh, ham and stuffing is my go-to, Parida says, right? Now I've got to get out there and walk and try to get rid of those extra pounds I got. Roast reindeer, Andrew says. Ooh, interesting. All right, Cheryl has a premiere coming up and then going to my daughter-in-law's to coax that baby into the world. She's got a new grandbaby coming, Cheryl does. Very cool. Congratulations. Yeah, grandbabies are fun. We got a few of those and they're fun. I used to always say, Mom, don't worry about, they can jump on the bed. Here, have some candy. We spoiled ours with candy. We let them jump on the beds, have fun. And oftentimes when we had them for a day or two, and then we'd send them back home, we'd wait for the phone call. What did you guys do? They're not listening to me. They're not behaving. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They want to jump on the beds. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. There's Woody's channel. Thank you, Tim. That's an interesting channel. He does some live streams, some camping live streams from out in the campsite, and then of course some camping videos. So Crafty Reindeer Fresh. Nice. All right, Cheryl, you have a good one. We're well over our hour, so. And there's Roy and Becky's Travel, member for 36 months. Yeehaw. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the support. There's Van Girl Cheryl's premiere right there, so jump on that. And Incognito popped in. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Char is here. You were here early, but you can always watch the replay, Char. I showed some interesting video, some critters that we had stop by and visit. So you can always back it up and rewatch. So thanks everybody for being here. I'm going to run my members video and then maybe one or two after that. But thank you to all the members. Thank you to subscribers, and thank you everyone who watches my videos, and we'll see you next time. And like Fangirl Cheryl says, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Have a good one.
To all my members out there, you lift me up so high. The support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand. You're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. Leave a little joy behind in every heart you'll